it's a great way to be connected to the kids in your community.
Substitute teachers in high demand. More on changes District 11 is making to attract people to the job. Plus, taking steps to end domestic violence. Find out how much was raised at this year's Walk for Hope. But first,
we're very pleased that we've apprehended these two people.
Not one, but two armed robbery suspects in custody after a string of crimes in the area. That tops CTN News this Friday, October 2nd, 2015. Thanks for joining us. 5 businesses were robbed in Coon Rapids and Blaine between late August and the end of September.
But thanks to the work of police, the 2 alleged suspects now face criminal charges. On Monday, 39-year-old Jamoke Battles of Brooklyn Park was charged with 1 count of first-degree aggravated robbery for an incident that happened last weekend. Battles is accused of robbing the Subway restaurant on Round Lake Boulevard on Saturday afternoon at knife point. Police say after taking cash, he fled the business, but with the help of a police canine, Battles was arrested a short time later near Anoka-Ramsey Community College. A second man was charged Thursday in connection with 4 other robberies that occurred in a time span of less than a month. 53-year-old Ronald Taylor of Fridley is accused of robbing both Target stores in Coon Rapids, the Walgreens on Coon Rapids Boulevard, and the Carmel Corn inside Northtown Mall. Work by 3 local police departments and the Tri-County Regional Forensic Lab helped solve the robbery cases.
It means a great deal to the police department that we've been able to make some arrests in these cases, just strictly for the fact of to give our citizens some peace of mind that this isn't going to continue to go on with these 2 individuals robbing our businesses here in town. One of the reasons that we have some of these crimes is because we have a very large retail mix within our city. At one time we were the 4th largest retail or square footage of retail in the metro area. I'm not sure where we're at now, but we have a huge retail area with Riverdale and many of the other areas here in the city, which creates an environment where people commit crime.
Despite an increase of robberies this year, overall, Coon Rapids continues to see a decrease in crime. According to last year's data, crime in Coon Rapids is at its lowest level since 1969.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it's a time to remember the victims of abuse and raise awareness about the issue in the community. Last Saturday, more than 500 people turned out at Bunker Hills Regional Park for the 11th annual Walk for Hope. In addition to calling attention to domestic and sexual violence, the 5K run and 2-mile walk raises money for services provided by the Alexandra House, a local shelter for women and children.
I just want to thank our community and encourage people to speak up. As our speaker said today, our young teen from Columbia Heights, it's really about speaking up and stopping what's happening and learning about it, and that's my message to the community.
This year's Walk for Hope raised more than $52,000 for victims of domestic and sexual violence and education efforts. The Alexandra House is working on a new project to help those going through abuse later in life. Work is progressing nicely on the rehabilitation of the walking and biking trail on the south side of Coon Rapids Boulevard. In recent weeks, crews have been working to repave the trail, which runs from Hanson Boulevard to El Dorado Street. Pedestrian curb ramps are also being constructed at street crossings. The work is expected to be finished by mid-October.
Conexus Energy has a new CEO. Greg Ryderbush took over the role on Thursday following the retirement of Mike Rahala, who worked for the company for 35 years. The Conexus Energy Board appointed Ryderbush following an extensive national search. He comes from Great River Energy in Maple Grove, where he was vice president since 2005. Conexus Energy is the largest customer-owned utility in Minnesota, serving around 129,000 homes and businesses. On Thursday, the Anoka Technical College Foundation celebrated the final funding for a new multi-access Swiss machine to the college's machine trades program. The money for the machine was raised by a number of machining industry partners, including Conexus Energy. The machine creates complex features on small components.
Anoka Tech has had an amazing reputation with industry and putting out good technicians, but industry changes, and one of the things was the need for Swiss machine training here at Anoka Tech.
Our part was a donation, a small donation in the tooling area. You know, without tooling, that machine can spin around and around and it's not going to cut anything. And then we made a small donation in the materials area to make sure that the students had something that they could work with right away.
The Anoka County Housing and Redevelopment Authority also helped fund the machine with a $25,000 forgivable loan. Swiss machines are widely used in a number of machine companies in Anoka County. In recent years, the Anoka Independent School District has had trouble finding enough substitute teachers to go around.
But District 11 administrators are hoping some recent changes will help increase the pool of quality subs. They're increasing the pay and even allowing those without a teaching degree to substitute teach. CTN's Joe Nelson explains.
Today I'm English, tomorrow it's math at a different school.
26 years away from teaching, Gene Leibel returned to the classroom as a substitute.
I enjoy the fact of nothing is the same day after day.
For Ron Scavo, substituting at Coon Rapids Middle School offers a chance to stay connected to the place he retired from 5 years ago.
I think it keeps me younger. I really enjoy it.
But for District 11 and others across the country, there aren't enough in Ron and Gene's positions.
Individuals have more employment opportunities available to them. The pool is getting smaller.
Gene is taking advantage, and there's room for more to do the same.
I'm ahead of my schedule this year because there are so many more openings. It just didn't happen that way in any other year.
The Anoka-Hennepin School District is taking new steps in hopes of finding more interest by increasing pay by $10 a day.
One of the reasons we wanted to increase the pay rate was to be competitive and have it be something that appealed to people to come and work for Anoka-Hennepin.
This is my 8th year subbing. It's the first raise, so that's nice to see.
For the money I'm trying to earn half as much as my wife spends.
The district is also expanding its search, now accepting applicants without a teaching degree, only requiring a bachelor's degree and a 2-year short call substitute teaching license.
There's been a lot of interest in that, so we're happy about that.
If you're a former teacher and you're bored not doing it, it's a good thing to do. If you're, again, I said, if you're a brand new, you're just getting out of college and you're looking at maybe getting a job, it's a great way to get your foot in the door.
District 11 Employee Services Director Sarah Krewall says a stronger economy may have led to fewer teachers looking for work as a sub. The district needs to fill about 210 teacher absences each day. Stephen Karen?
All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks. District 11's top transportation official is at the head of his class. Keith Paulson was recently honored as the state's top transportation administrator for 2015 by the Minnesota Association for Pupil Transportation. Paulson, who's been the transportation director for 8 years, was nominated by 3 coworkers. In the nomination letter, coworkers said Paulson is a dedicated individual who not only supports Anoka-Hennepin, but contributes to the overall safety and efficiency of transportation across the state. Some good news for commuters who use 35W in the North Metro. MnDOT may add 2 MnPass lanes in the year 2019. One would be constructed in each direction of 35W between Highway 36 in Roseville and Lexington Avenue in Blaine. The project is expected to cost anywhere from $120 to $180 million. The lanes would be free to use for buses and carpoolers. MnPass lanes are already set up on 35W south of downtown Minneapolis and on Interstate 394.
Work is almost complete on a new boardwalk at the Springbrook Nature Center. The old 850-foot-long boardwalk, which was 30 years old, was closed back in August so work could begin. The new boardwalk is 1 foot wider and features cable railings for maximum viewing pleasure. It also has a sturdy tow rail to keep strollers and wheelchairs from catching the edge. The new boardwalk is expected to open next week at the groundbreaking for the spring project, which will mean more improvements at the Nature Center. A landmark of sorts in Fridley is no longer standing. Last week, crews began tearing down the former Columbia Arena on University Avenue. The rink served local youth hockey players for more than 20 years. Also, the 3rd movie in the Disney hockey trilogy, Mighty Ducks, was filmed almost entirely at Columbia Arena in the mid-1990s. The city of Fridley recently acquired the property and is considering building a new city hall on the site.
Next week is Fire Prevention Week in Minnesota. Coon Rapids firefighters will be educating students during the week and will then host open houses at all 3 fire stations on Saturday, October 10th from 10 a.m. to noon. In addition to tours and refreshments, Fire Station 1 will have a kitchen fire demonstration and DJ. Station 2 will have an electrical safety demonstration, and Station 3 will have a medical helicopter. This year's theme is Hear the Beep Where You Sleep. Every bedroom needs a working smoke alarm.
You don't have to travel too far to check out the 2015 Minnesota Police K-9 competition. This year's event will take place this Sunday from 1 to 6 p.m. at Goodrich Field in Anoka. Officer Mark McDonough and his K-9 partner Buddy are hosting the competition, which also includes dunk tank, face painting, raffle, food prizes, and more. Admission is free. All the proceeds benefit the Law Enforcement Memorial Association, backing the Blue Line and Heart Safe programs.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.